torturing her. They tied her up and beat her, and for over a month subjecting her to various horrors, burning her skin, raping her, and